chat to all chat. Let's see, did I do that? No. I'm gonna open some things up here this morning. Oh, that one is way in my face. Some of these windows in the morning, it is hard to do. I am getting my area set up, my little area of fabric. Got my 301A going. Let's see, which one is it? It's not that one. I think it's this one. One of them I can open up and tolerate the sun. The other one, I sure can't. I think this is the one I can. All right, I'm gonna start moving this. Put these pins away, they're not that great. Setting up. All right, good morning, Pat. And let me grab some of my stuff. Put this away. I was up a little last night, late. I was up late last night. Good morning, Barb and Dawn. I am at my normal time. So yesterday, I went into this closet. Let's move you. Okay, I went into this closet. This is the closet that I had all these bags, all these scrap bags. So in here, I have scrap bags of scraps that I had brought with me. Here, let me pull this out. I might as well keep it open. And I had them just bags of scraps. You've seen me pull bags out. Look, I found this while I was going through the bags last night. But, you know, I've made these quilts using, like, I grab a bag. Like, this one has some blocks still for me to mess with. Oh, must have gotten something on there. And I decided last night that I was going to go through them all. Good morning. Annette. So yes, we had a crummy night and a crummy morning, but we're going to keep crumbing. So I went through all my scraps, and there are things I found because there were bags that I had, you know, made. These are extra blocks. This is still some, oh, this can go in one bag. This is some of the butterfly fabric. Remember, I had a bag of butterfly fabric. This is all that's left. I found these. They had butterflies. So I'm matching these with this. And maybe it'll be a table runner. I'm not sure what it's going to be, but maybe it'll be a table runner. So I put that in this bag as a little project that I can just grab when I'm creative and just go. So I have that going. And here are some more larger pieces of fabric, which I'm going to have to put into my little scrap bin. So I'm just kind of showing you what I've done on vacation. And you know what? I see a piece of, this is Christmas. So well, it's really not Christmas anymore, maybe. Not really, because the snowmen, I guess I'll keep that. But I have these like border pieces. I don't know what I'm going to do with them, but I put those aside. These are selvages. This is a little bag of selvages I found when I was going through all the crumbing. Good morning, Deb. And this here is a big bag of crumbs that have already been, crumb blocks that have been started. So these are all things that have been started that I could add to. So this is a day, right? A project here. This is a good little thing. This here are fabric softener sheets, and I just think they make everything smell nice. So I have those. Let me put that there. All right. Then I found some other things, and I mean, I just sorted through bags and bags. I had bags and bags I just stuck in my luggage. So I did finally organize. So I found some of this fabric from an older project, because you know this is an older project. I found more of this fabric pieces. So I put these together and I thought maybe this would make a nice little baby's quilt. And I found these blocks. They're just solid. And I thought, okay. And I found these. And I thought maybe I can do some kind of baby quilt, you know, a little crib size. And then I found these, which were red, white, and blue scraps from a project. And I just thought, well, they'd probably be just nice in here because I don't have any more red, white, and blue. So yeah, so I just put those in there. And this could be some kind of future little crib size quilt. Hola, Johnny. ¿Cómo está esta mañana? So Johnny's here. Okay, so we have that as another possible little project. Here is crumbs from a project, and they're all 30s fabrics. So I kept those together. And this is from my project of half square triangles. Remember these stars? So I have 3 little stars I could make, or 4 total. So I kept those. Those are like Christmas. Maybe that would be some kind of project. These are triangles. I found all these triangles and I put them in a bag. Good morning, Linda. This is flannel pieces. And years ago, I made a quilt with little squares at the end. I don't know what it's called, but you see I folded squares and they were the end of the quilt. So I found a bag of those from eons ago. Like when I say eons ago, I mean eons ago. So that's kind of funny. That was amongst my bags. This is like scraps and crumb pieces, tiny pieces, big pieces. This is all Christmas. And then what did I do? I then decided, let's go one more step because I did not go to bed till 11. One more step and let's sort our crumb pieces. So I have now all these crumb pieces sorted in bags of all different colors. So I have a blue bag, a green bag, a white bag. Let's see, what other colors? I have a little bit of pink. This is multicolor. There was no place to put this, so we did that. We have a gray bag, and I have more black. And this is orange and brown. And we have red and purple. So I thought, why don't I sort these crumbs out in colors? And maybe we'll do something fun with that. So that's going right here. And with that said, this is my crummy closet. This is my crummy, like, closet. So that's where the crummy came from. So this has become the crummy closet with odds and ends. We now have, I'm going to flip us over here. And we have some finishes. So when we got off yesterday, in the afternoon, I finished the quilt. I just did the 4 pieces. And there was some pink in there, if you recall. So I just took, there was a nice chunk of pink. So I took and I put a 2-inch border around. So we have now this beautiful, I don't know, quilt. Could be wall hanging, could be wheelchair. It was fun to sort it last night. I was watching, what was I watching last night? I was watching the Match Game. Match Game was on. I have, like I told you, like 3 or 4 channels, and the Match Game was on. Hold on. Something. The Match Game was on, and I was just sorting fabric because that's all there was on TV. And then I still had more. So I had, remember, I don't know if you recall, if you were here yesterday, I had these really long strips. They did not match this. So I took those really long strips, and then if you recall, I had like those fabric pieces that were about yay big. and I measured them all, and I got them to, they weren't quite 5, they were 4.5. So I just took those 4.5-inch solid pieces of fabric we had, and then we had 4 of these long rows, and then I had a bunch of squares, and so I made a 5th one, and so I have this. I thought it was kind of cool, and that used up all the fabric. There was no scraps left. This project used every ounce, everything. I was so happy. So my mom saw it, and my grandma is in rehab for a little bit, and she's today, I think today, they are going to try to see if they can get her in a wheelchair so that she could sit out a little bit with other people, because she has just been in the bed. They're going to attempt that today, and then they're going to have baby steps of getting her back to walking, monitoring her heart and everything. And so we thought that this would be great. She has a quilt made by me, but it's giant for her bed, and it's heavy, and she can't have the weight on her anymore. So I'm going to just get a flannel sheet, and I'm going to just kind of do this here. And I'm going to back this with a flannel sheet for her. So she is going to get this one. Just didn't get to it yesterday. We had a couple of errands to run. Yeah, I thought they came out really nice. And it was someone else's project that I just kind of took over. So we have these two, and they can now go on the shelf. The top shelf is all my finished quilts. So I was excited. I'm excited to see that. So we have that. And now last night, I need to sweep in here. It is really, and you know what I need to find? I need to find a better, not necessarily chair, but I need to find something different for here. So when I went through stuff, and I had bought that bag of butterfly material. Here's the butterfly, okay? Remember this? This is Debbie Mum. This is how old this is, Debbie Mum. And there was about a little bit over a yard. Some of it was cut out. And I said, that's pretty. So if you notice, there is some purple and blue. So I had also a big chunk of this, and it worked perfect with it. And I had a lot of scraps of this, but they're just scraps. They weren't yardage. And I'm like, that's all I have. I mean, it's bare bones around here. So I took this and I said, what can I do with this? And the new book, the big block 3-yard quilt. So the 3-yard quilt book that's called Big Blocks, it was just done not too long ago. I took I took Xeroxes. I copied it so I could write on the pattern. And so we're gonna make Grace. I've made Grace before, and it's come out really nice. And everything I was thinking of doing would have really chopped up these big, beautiful butterflies. So in order for me to keep them big and beautiful, I really did need a quilt that had big blocks. So here that goes there. And so here we are, because look, they are big. I didn't want to chop them up. So I'm going to make that. That's what I'm going to do. So my next quilt project is going to be this one. This is what I'm going to work on today. Debbie Mom on that brings back memories. Yes. And so this is what I have left of that fabric. So again, these were all oddball leftover pieces, and I'm just going to make do. Big triangles. This is a big piece that I have left. I'm going to use every ounce of this. And it does, after cutting that, it does. Debbie Mum. I don't know what year, though. So I have this. I'm going to use it all because I don't want to have leftovers. I'm going to somehow sneak it into, borders, etc. I don't know what year this is. So we are going to just make this exact one. And I did change it because if you notice, because I'm always changing things, if you notice, the big blocks were here and here. But really, it's such beautiful big block fabric. I put it in here and in here. So I don't know how it's gonna look. It's gonna look a little different. I just wanted to add, had a lot of the fabric, so I just wanted to add more of the fabric. And then my blue is gonna be this little bit chain because I don't have a lot of the blue. So I'm showing you, like, you could take a 3-yard quilt and maybe, you know, you have more than a yard of this and a little less here. The blue, I did not have any width of fabric per se. I have a pile of blue scraps, pile here, of all different lengths, but nothing is width of fabric. So I'm like, and I really had nothing else to match this fabric, nothing else, because I'm not in my regular room. So you make do. And so the blue is going to be all the chaining and around here, hopefully. And so we're going to start on that today. Then I have another project. So what I did was last night, when I sorted through all my scraps and everything, I realized I had a really big bag of green scraps. And I know it's not July, so it's a little bit of Christmas, July and August. We were late, you know. July was a little much. So I decided we're gonna use all this green. And they needed an accent color. And I'm like thinking maybe we'll use red. Here I'm thinking I have lots of red. Oh, this is gonna be real easy. No, Leanna does not have hardly any red here. She hardly even has any red crumbs. There's like hardly any red here. So, but I had already decided I was gonna do red and green and maybe have it a Christmassy feel. Maybe after I'm done with it, applique something Christmassy on it. Good morning, Norma. So I found a piece that looked like this. Look at how cute that is. So I don't know if this is Christmas anymore. I don't think this is Christmas anymore, but I did find a nice chunk of that and I am going to use it. And I was all excited. I thought I had enough to do all my accent squares. No, didn't. No, you know, yeah. Comic Candies, hello, good morning. Okay, you're starting early. Kathleen, good morning. I am packed, dressed, and ready to drink the coffee before heading to work. Summer break is over. Oh no. So I cut all these to everything I possibly could. So sad that I did not have enough dragonfly fabric. So like I said, I didn't have enough red either. So I ended up crumbing some pieces. And I did have a couple. I had this one piece of red. And so I crumbed this. And I'm going to show you all these are from scraps. So this is block A. Then we have block B. Yeah, no, that's not block A. That's block B. This is block C. And I cut everything for that. And again, I had some of this, only 2. And I just went through all my red scraps. And this is all I had. Then I came to a point that I didn't even have any red I could cut into that size. And so I started crumbing some red pieces together. This is block C. So this was block B. This is block C. And this is block A pieces. And then I'm going to show you what we're doing. Block A pieces. Again, I had some of them, but not enough. I just crumbed some pieces. I mean, you know what? It's a crummy quilt. What can I say? And what are we going to do? We are going to make this. See that there? I thought this would lend itself to scraps. We'll see. It's called Skyline. It's from Fabric Cafe. Make it easy with 3-yard quilts. And what I did is I came over, and I'm putting this way back there, but this sheet here, this side here, I went ahead and figured out the sizes for everything and made myself a little cheat sheet. I can't show you the other side, but On this side that I'm facing is a cheat sheet. This is what, if I was to do this out of scraps, this is what I would need for block A, block B, and block C. Well, there's a lot of math last night going on, as well as penning fabric and cutting fabric and using my scraps to my best ability. Are you making a quilt? Yes. Why, yes. Commie Candies, I sure am making a quilt. And that's what I do. So we have that to work on. And I did put a giant dent in that green pile. So that is up for like the next thing to do. Gersten, I'm old too. Good morning. So yeah, so this is another thing waiting. That's all I accomplished last night. I don't know. I was just kind of today we get to see grandma because they're strict here about visiting hours. I mean, and how you dress. So today is visiting day and dress day, so we're going to be getting ourselves ready. That's why I got up I got up at 6, and that is why I'm here. I'm here my normal time so I can get my day going and see grandma, spend my day there. And we're going to start working on Grace, and we're going to take our big blocks right here. So if you decide to make Grace, which is in the big blocks book, turn on my light here. Let there be light. And I have happy mail. Yes, I have happy mail. I have a box that came. So I have happy mail. I'm excited. So I didn't pick it up. My mom called me last night to say you had a box came. And honestly, I was tired. And I am doing my best to take care of myself right now because I need to. I realize that. And so I did not get in my car and pick it up at her house. And so we will pick it up today, and tomorrow we will open up the happy mail. The happy mail comes to us from Anna. Anna contacted me, and she sent happy mail this way. So what is going on here? When I see this, oh, this goes here. Something looks off. There we go. I do know she sent bobbins for this, for this machine. We've got bobbins. We got 2 bobbins coming, so then I'll have 4 bobbins. Tell Grandma hello from all of us. She's been in our prayers. Thank you so much. I will. She's a little gloom because she's not in her normal situation, and there's like no TV, and her whole life is her religious channel and her channel 11 TV. I don't even know what it is. It's another, I don't know, there's like shows on there, Spanish TV. And so my mom and I have been trying to figure out how to do this. And they were like, well, you'll have to get her Roku stick. I'm like, she can't even use her cell phone anymore. She has one of those flip phones, and she can't manage that anymore. So we've been calling the regular phone line and, you know, asking for her. And then they walk the phone to them, but she stopped figuring that out, and there's no way she's gonna. And her iPad, she doesn't remember how to do any of that either. So, you know, I'm like, a Roku isn't really gonna work. She needs the old-fashioned like cable that's plugged in, and you got the regular remote. But they said that was not an option. So I don't know what we're going to do. We're trying to figure that one out. So now I'm putting in, basically this is a bordered block. Maybe this will be Grandma's quilt. You know, the other one is smaller, so it's easier. But this one to me is so much more cheery. Well, maybe she'll get both. Maybe she'll get both. Roku has voice action. Oh. Well, that may be good then. Good morning, Muriel. I didn't know it had voice And the thing is even though she's not going to get her shows, I feel like, yeah, Roku has that free Roku that you put the live TV button on, and it's just all kinds of channels, random channels. I feel like we could find something there she likes. And, you know, I don't know. Today we're going to go to Walmart and pick one up. Maybe we could have the nurses put on stuff throughout the day. I don't know. Wait, I gotta find a solution. Because the visiting hours are only 4 times a week. You have to make an appointment for the other days. And she has plenty of people to visit her. So that's not the thing. But like those days that there's no visiting hours, I mean, she can't just sit in a room and look at the walls. That's not nice. Not fair. I have a Roku on all my TVs. The remote can be used with talking to it. Okay, well, Rita, I'm going to figure that out because, I mean, but I don't even know her language and speech has really gone down as well. So, but there's a lot going on. The thing is, Grandma has to be mobile in order for us to be even able to bring her home right now. We wouldn't be able to care for her because Grandma's a big woman. And so it took everything, and I actually did damage to myself. And that's why I'm now healing and not really doing much to just like move her to change diapers and stuff like that. They're actually having issues there, and they have a big staff there. So that's why they're really into rehabilitating her and getting her out of her bed and just doing baby steps. It's just we needed a couple days to get her vitals, you know, where her heart isn't going way sky up the minute she moves, because that was an issue. Still may be a little bit of an issue. So they felt, yesterday they called us, they felt like they had her stable enough that they can maybe transfer her from the bed to the chair and then be in the great room. Used to set Abby on specific times automatically. Well, Rita, I am definitely going to have, I am not tech savvy, but I am going to have to really spend time and look into all this. I mean, we spent time and looked into it this past day, trying to figure stuff out. So we're hoping that today we have a solution. And I'm hoping that she can maybe be rehabilitated so that she can get out a little bit. And you know what's so crazy is that she was very mobile, very mobile. She had gotten sick. She got a virus. It's now what? See, I had her for 2 weeks while my mom was gone. And she, previous to that, 2 weeks previous to that, she had gotten a virus. She went to the hospital twice, and they said all her vitals are good. She had no heart problems then. She had no kidney problems, and everything was fine. That she just had a cold or something. And then, you know, when I first came, she was walking. She was using the bathroom, and then just slowly from there, she just has been, unfortunately, not at her best, and things have been, you know. And when my mom came, she was in pretty okay condition, but then all of a sudden, literally within 48 hours, it turned. And so it's just wild to me that 3 weeks ago she was, you know, 3-4 weeks ago she was spry and walking around and doing her own thing, and now she's very confused. Like there are times she thinks that she's at home, and so she doesn't understand why we're not sleeping at home. Like she'll ask, "Are you staying here and sleeping?" I was like, "Girl, Grandma," and then she's like, "I don't understand. You always sleep here." So, yeah. As my vision continues to grow and the ability for me to walk, I had configured text stuff to be automatic. That would make a big difference for her to be with others. Yes, Linda, it is. So that's what we're working on. Really, there's really, other than us, there's no true support at the house because my mom also has major issues and is mobile right now, but she really has major spine issues. So it's a situation. I can't lift anything more than a milk jug, and my mom can't lift anything either. At her age, it doesn't take too much to really throw them off. Yes, exactly. So and it's sad because she wants to come home, and she broke her heart yesterday, but but you know, she's also a little stubborn because she doesn't want to do the physical therapy and stuff, and we encourage her when you can do all that, we can, because but right now we can't because we can't lift you out of bed, and we can't transfer you out of bed, and we can't even do basic things that you deserve. So once she gets mobile, so we're hoping that will encourage her to be a little bit more compliant. With trying to get her out of bed and walking, just simple little things. I know that it's not her normal. She's been one who's never liked exercise. I'd always say to her, let's go for a walk. No. No, every time. Let's go to the beach. No. She likes to be at home with her TV and stay home. She's a homebody. I'm just hoping that we can get her past through this. I don't know why this is making so much noise and rattling. Good morning, Jessica. So here we go. We have this. What is hyperbole? Ready? What is hyperbole? A, anything huge. B, an obvious exaggeration for the sake of the effect. Or C, an incorrect assumption. Hyperbole. Okay, I need to turn and plug in my iron because I need to iron this. I need to press it, iron, whatever you want to call it. B. So these will have to be pressed. Oh, the purple next to this is just gorgeous. It's sumptuous. Love it. All right, so we're gonna have to press those. We can do something else. What can we do? We can, here we go. We can make our little 4 patches. This is, so that one there was this block assembly A is what I was working on. Now I'm gonna do strip assembly A. Now I did not have width of fabric of this, so I just cut everything to the size. And there's big pieces and small pieces. And this I do have, this one I have width of fabric. So what I think I may do is, I may just sew these up and make a width of fabric and just chop a lot. Franken piece a strip of fabric. Here we go. So that's block A. And this is actually this fabric is really beautiful. I'm enjoying. It's so hard, Leanne. I'm going through the same thing with my husband. He can't come home until he's strong enough to be mobile, and he just doesn't get it. Okay, Barb. I was trying to say that what you just said. I didn't know if I said it that way, if it sounded too hard, but yeah, she just doesn't get it. If she just does this, things would be easier on all of us. I think you mean hyperbole. Yes, yes, because you know me. I phonetically, I add some Spanish sounds into English sounds. It's a hot mess. It's a good thing I don't teach reading. Reading, I do not teach. The kids read to me, but I don't teach it. So it is, the correct answer is B. So Barb, I am so sorry you're going through that as well. I mean, it's hard. It's hard to, I just blows my mind that 2 weeks, like, I don't know, a month ago, she was just all good and I just, it was whatever the bug was, the virus was, that really, okay, so here we are. So I am trying to make a big long strip for a strip set. Okay, here we go. The listings for Anderson take up how many pages of the Stockholm phone book? The listings for Anderson take up how many pages of the Stockholm phone book? A, 48, B, 269, or C, 1,202. Good morning, Joyce. So we need roughly 40-inch piece. All right, so hopefully I can just add to this until I get what I need. I need 2 widths of fabric. Being a past rehab nurse, the hardest thing is people think they have lost their independence since others are telling them what to do. If you can get them to see, to do it, will gain their independence. That's what we keep telling her. We're like, well, Grandma, if you do it, help out. The more you help them out, the quicker you can come home. Nobody's trying to do anything bad to you. We're not, she thinks that we're forcing her, being not nice because we want her to walk. And honestly, she couldn't. I mean, just lifting her out of bed was causing her heart to go race and go crazy. So it's not like there is absolute, I understand her fear. You know what it is? It's fear of the unknown. I get it. She doesn't want to go to bed at night. She throws tantrums, and she had been doing that while I was there. She threw tantrums and said really not nice things to me. And I knew it wasn't her. I knew that, she had fear. She had fear of falling asleep and what would happen is she would not sleep at night and keep us all up, but then sleep all during the day. And I think the day made her feel like she could fall asleep. And it was the fear. I get it. And I think she has the fear of falling, right? The fear of her heart racing. I just, but until she can get to a better place, she can't come home because there's no services at home that would be able to do that. I've seen it many times. It's sad, Leanna, has your grandmother been experienced? Yes, Joyce. That's what I was going through for the past 14 days. When I had her for 14 days. She started doing that. Actually, before my mom left, she was doing that. And I noticed, and my mom said, like, that was, yeah. Yes, and she would get very, very feisty with me. And I try to soothe her and calm her. My daughter was with me. My daughter was great. She was very encouraging. Fear of not being the same person for her family and herself. Yeah, when I was working as a CNA years ago in a rehab place, the fear was so sad to see in people. Yes, so she had sundowning. That I know. It would start around, and I could tell you the time. It would start around fourth. Actually, it was starting around 6, and then as the days and weeks have gone on, it's earlier and earlier. So when I went to the hospital one day to see her at 4:30, I was like, oh, here we go. And my mom's like, what are you talking about? I was like, this is where she's going to be difficult. This is where it's going to be intense. And I said, I could tell from her eyes, because at 4 o'clock, this is what she'd do. Her eyes would go up and she'd go like this, and she'd be like this, and she'd start with her hands like this. And then from there, that was it. But at least I could recognize it. And we're all going to get there at some point. So am I. so yeah. All right. So the listing for Anderson takes up how many pages of the Stockholm phone book? The answer is A, 48. 48. 48. Let's see. I'm going to go and press this strip so that we can make some strip sets. But while I do that, I'm going to leave you with a question. A things question. Things that confirm you still haven't grown up. Things to confirm that you haven't grown up. All right, I press my strip. Now let's go make a strip set. Wonder if some type of music therapy would help her. So we tried that at the hospital. See, we went through that. My mother-in-law, it's a difficult thing for sure. Wonder. So when she was at the hospital, the first thing we did, because, you know, she was in there much by the time we got her to the hospital and everything, the first day when she said her heart was, she felt like she couldn't breathe and her heart was racing, we called the ambulance. And when my mom went to the hospital and they got her settled in, she realized, you know, there's no TV, no nothing. So we got a radio, and we had the radio going on so that she had the music and the talking and whatnot. And so, yes, we have that set up, but she's over the radio. She doesn't even want the radio on anymore. She had the radio on in the hospital, and she still loved that. She doesn't want the radio on. When she would be sundowning at night, and we're all trying to go to sleep, and she was having issues, I would go in and I would have, she has an iPad, I would set her iPad, or not iPad, whatever, an Amazon tablet. I would set meditation music to try to soothe her and bring her down a little. So I think I had it last year when I was in the hospital. I remember thinking people were trying to draw my blood at night with a flashlight. Oh. Thank you, Barb. And we're all thinking of you and your husband. Setting off all toys down the kids' store. Nope, I refuse to grow up. Oh, I love that. Confirm that you're still, I love that. Asking parents for money. Bye, Annette. Have a wonderful day. Take care. Hopefully your arm is healing every day. Joe, good morning. You're lurking. Oh, Sherry, I know we're thinking about you, Sherry. Your husband's in the hospital now. We are absolutely sending all our positive vibes to you. A lot of us peeps right now have our loved ones in the hospital. right now, or going through treatment, and so we have to all be here for one another. Think of one another. So there's one strip set, and I need 2 for this project. So here's now the second. So here what I'm doing is making it up to work in this pattern. I was in the mood yesterday to go fabric shopping. I really was. I was like, I just couldn't get out of the house yesterday. I'm beat up. I really am. I'm just saying. It was lovely though. I had some friends over who have not been to the house. Friends I have here locally. So I invited them over, and we had shrimp. We had a butter shrimp, Indian food. Instead of butter chicken, we had butter shrimp with rice and salad, local salad. And I listen to me. And I made for dessert with just fresh fruit. So we had fresh star fruit, mangoes, some oranges were on there. It was just a fruit platter I just made of cut fresh fruit and some cookies, because I forgot all about dessert. I was like, well, I have all this fresh fruit. We'll do this. We had a lovely afternoon. I went with my mom to the pharmacy. We got a coloring book for Grandma, and big fat crayons because she's having issues with her hands too. So we bought the big fat crayons, and so we're gonna bring that today. But yeah, yesterday, my back is still a little, it's all good. And things that confirm you still haven't grown up. Okay, so true story. And I haven't been to my mom's house to upload these videos. It happened at the waterfall. This is things that confirm you haven't grown up. I'm a bit of an adventure seeker, as you can tell from PastryQueen's Farm Adventures. I like my adventures. Remember last time I was in the death ball at the circus with motorcycles going around me. So, you know, we're at the waterfalls, and there's a deep pool. It's deep, okay? People are jumping off on the top of the waterfall. I did not jump off the top of the waterfall. I was not that crazy. My son loves to. He said he's even too old for that now. Even though there are people 80s, and I'm not joking, like 70s jumping off that thing, you know? But for us, we know our bodies. So things that confirm you haven't grown up is I had decided I'm going to scale the side wall of the volcanic or whatever kind of rock formation that was. I was on a mission. I was going to do this to be right next to this waterfall. And I swam. Yes, I swam. And that on its own was like, so finally I get there, and I'm holding on to the side of this like waterfall wall stone thing, and I'm resting. And my son had already went there over to kind of scope out where I can maybe put my feet so that I can get onto the wall. So he directed me where to go, and I got myself, my big old self, on this little tiny little ledge and tried to scale this little wall. Yes, I did it. I did it. I did it. Because again, I haven't grown up, and the kid in me is like, you're going to go over there, you're going to scale that, and you're going to be in that waterfall. I was trying to get underneath the waterfall because sometimes that water, I've been there where the waterfall is pretty on the lighter side, and I have pictures of me underneath it with my son. But it was coming out because we had just had a storm, so it was really hard water. So I just went right next to it. I took, someone took a picture, not very flattering, so please do not zoom in when I post it. Anyway, hopefully it's pixelated when you zoom in. And so, yes, because I am in my bathing suit. So this is things that confirm you still haven't grown up because myself thought that. Guess what? Today's Tuesday. I'm still feeling it. My thighs, there are muscles in my thighs I have not worked out in a while because I swam. And yeah, they're still hurting. And my back. So yay. I did it. Just now beat up for the next 2 days. That confirms that I have not grown up. But it was so worth it. It was. Okay, things you shouldn't touch. Things you shouldn't touch. There you go. I'm leaving you with that. I'm going to press this. Things you shouldn't touch. All right. Things you shouldn't touch. I'm almost done. All right. We have things pressed. We have our blocks pressed. We have our strip set pressed. So now we can put our top to our block. Okay, things. A snake. Ooh. Fire. Third rail of a train track. Yup. You bad girl. Yeah, I'm feeling it now. A hot stove, snakes and spiders, dry ice, a hot radiator cap, public restrooms, a strange dog. Yep, my German chocolate cake. Good morning, Maria. No, yeah, is that right? Now, is Maria or Mary? No, I think it's Maria. Oh, German chocolate cake. I love German chocolate cake. Things you shouldn't touch. Well, you shouldn't touch a sea urchin. That's for sure. No sea urchins. Good morning, Joydy. Maria, yes, thank you. Joydy, I hope you got some good sleep today. Yeah, you should definitely not touch a sea urchin. You should not touch fabric unless you're intending to buy that piece of fabric, because you know if you're on a spending spree, you should not touch fabric in a store, because you know then it's coming home with you. I was in such a mood last night to go fabric shopping. Like, I really wanted to go fabric shopping. But Capri, they didn't have fabric the last time I was there. That doesn't mean they don't have cotton, quilting cotton right now. I was almost thinking about driving to the mall yesterday to see if Capri had quilting cotton, the remnant kind. There was nothing that I fancied under the quilting cotton that were on bolts. I always loved the stuff that they had in the remnant section, but they were giant remnants. That is my favorite, and hardly get German chocolate cake. Me too. Someone else's fabric. Oh yeah, don't touch my thread fabric. Oh, don't touch my scissors. Don't touch my scissors. That's that is a good one. I'm surprised nobody said scissors. We all get upset if someone touches our scissors. So this here operates with my knee. This has a knee over here, down here, right here, this lever. That's a knee. I don't know what you call it, but it's what turns my sewing machine on. So knee lift. It's not a knee lift. A knee lift is the thing that you use to lift your needle. I mean the foot bar up and down. So I'll slap you so hard even Google can't find you. My morning coffee. That is funny. My trip was so short a couple of weeks ago. I had no time to see friends and would have loved meeting up with you. Oh, last week was last week was a blur to me because I had my grandmother here, then my family has been here also to see my grandmother because there was a moment there that we thought things were not really good. Hence why my son showed up. He went home yesterday morning. That was another reason why I was exhausted. I had to get up at 3 a.m. to take him, no, 4 to take him to the airport. I did fall back asleep, but still. Scissors a no. Did you have fun though, Johnny? Did you have fun? I know it was short, but did you have fun? My son said the same thing. His flew by so fast. I learned to sew one of those. Yes, right? They're great. Sleepy still, slept around 6. Good. Hi, Zaza. Good morning. So, was it Annette yesterday? Gifted some memberships, and Zaza, I think you won a membership. Some of you won a membership, and it was, if you didn't know, it was from Annette. So thank you, Annette, again. I think Annette left, but we're still gonna thank her. And so some of you, Babalota, good morning. So nice to see you. Good morning, my quilting friends. It's me, the long lost Dutch quilting girl. I'm sewing scrap roll and mindless sewing, but sometimes you just need to sew something. Hugs to all. Hugs to you too. Yes, that's why I had a crummy last night and a crummy morning this morning, because I was sorting out my crumbs to come up with some kind of crummy project. Let's see. I was up all night cutting fabric. Me too, Joydy. I wish we could have been doing that together. How do we do that together? I'm never up. I'm always asleep, but I was up last night. Oops. Yes, I was just about to ask about that. I need to thank her next time I see you in chat. I will be working on scrap rolls, loving it. I'm listening while I tidy. Yeah. I have to... the house stays really clean and it's easy to keep up, but I have a lot of thread on the floor and stuff. I also have this bean bag. Like, I don't know, my mom gave it to me. It was in my grandmother's room, and the lady who used to take care of her, well, actually, she's still going to the rehab place. She visited her, sat with her at the hospital, but she washed it for me. But it's like a beanbag-ish kind of thing, and it's really deflated. So I said to my mom, well, I guess I know what I'm doing. I'm using all my little scraps that I can't sew into, like when I make doggy beds. Well, I need to fill up that sucker. It's gonna take some time, but I'm gonna fill up that sucker because it really needs to be stiff. It's very floppy. I don't like it. It needs to be... In no time I will have that filled up. I know it. All right. So I've run out of bobbin thread because I only have 2. If I would have not been so lazy, I could have had 4. That would have been fun. I watched a lot of new channels to keep me company. So, I'm on I'm having issues right now because my data, I already reached I have unlimited data, but I reached it so that it runs slow right now. And so it takes a lot of time. I'm amazed that I could get my live working this morning. It resets in a couple days, and then I can watch more lives and stuff. Because Soft Squares was on last night, and I couldn't, it was coming in so slow, buffering. I find it worse at night, I think maybe because everybody's on the network. And maybe now I find that my phone works better super early in the morning. All right, here we are. And why is this not going? All right, I guess I better pay attention. I can get myself 2 bobbins will keep me entertained for a little bit. There we go. Let's see. Okay. Did Jazzy move yet? Who's Jazzy? I tried to do YouTube last night. I got I call it the death ball, when it's got that little circle and it does this. Oh, I hate that. All right, we have our 2 bobbins. And let me pull this up. Oh, I've gotten through a lot of thread. No, Daryl was stuck. Daryl? This is my brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl, my other brother Daryl. Who's Daryl and Jazzy? Are we talking about sewing machines right now? Okay, so I'm going to come back in here and re-put this back into its spot. There we go. Now, oh, I took that out. I come in here, that's really not, I get a lot of dust and stuff on my like baby lock and stuff, but this here, not much. It's actually always pretty clean. And let me put this instead of on the floor, and then I'm gonna stick some oil on here. Okay, let's see. Let me read what I've missed. I'm not sure where to use them rolls, but I love the fact that I scrub, so I have. So if there are ideas with them, please tell me. Okay, so those little rolls, you can take a square, like a layer cake square or something like that, whatever size you want, cut it on the diagonal, and then, because I've done this, and then take your little strip that you make, put that in. You sew on one side, flip it over, sew the other square on the other side, flip it over, press the whole thing really well, water, starch, whatever, nice and flat, and take one of your squares, and let's say you want to do a 12.5 inch, or you want the finish to be 9 or 9.5 or 8.5. You put that your plastic square on there, trim all the way around, and then you can make all kinds of shapes. It's actually really nice. I've done that before. The other thing is I have done where you take that and you put strips in between. So you put a block of a strip of a solid color or tone on tone, the strips, the strips, and then if you make it so that it's a square, you can rotate those two. Let's see. I had a problem like that last night with saw squares, and it was very hard to hear. Okay, so I thought it was my thing, because I know that I'm over. And since, we'll go ahead and oil all our points. And then those two I'll have to do later on. There's two other points right here. Let's see. Oh, sewing machines. Okay. The week looks the same, Linda. I don't mind rain. Good morning, Regina. Oh, you're welcome. Let's see. I also have a playlist of things I've done with crumbs. It's my crummy series. Maybe I have something in there that will pique your interest. Oh, I have to put that down. So now before I sew, because I had oil, I'm messing with oil. Believe it or not, I take a napkin because it'll soak everything up, and I can see on the napkin if oil is leaching out. Yep. And this is just a paper napkin, and this is how I get rid of, oops, the oil. And I look, and we are good. All right. Sometimes it's paper. I'll take a piece of paper if I don't have a napkin. Here we are. Ooh. We are rocking and rolling. All right, let's see. I was so tempted to buy a bolt or two, but was sitting on my hands. The sale was a good one. Well, I was thinking myself that I could have something shipped here to use as background myself. But again, the death ball was killing me. No matter what I was trying to stream, wasn't streaming. And I had that. Mostly it started when I went over my initial use. I have unlimited, but then it slows down to like, terrible. Hence why all the fabric sorting and figuring out what I have. And by what, like I said, I have a couple of channels, and I watched the match game. I didn't know. Martin Short, I guess, is the match game host. The only thing is that they put on match game, I guess, here in Puerto Rico. So I don't know if this is the same as the States, but like the one was like a new episode, and then the one they showed after that was an old one. It actually was great because it forced me to go to sleep. I would have stayed up longer if it wasn't. Yeah, they have game shows every night. It's called ABC Puerto Rico. And so they have game shows every night. And last night, I watched Press Your Luck the day before. Never watched these things at home. I mean, I remember watching them when I was a kid. So all the old game shows, I guess, are all back in style. So like you have Steve Harvey, Family Feud, Celebrity, Match Game. What else do they play here? I don't know. Let's see. Babalota, you should watch Vintage Style by Joe's channel. She does a lot with roll sewing. Yes, Babalota. You know, I just think that people are gonna talk about themselves. You gotta talk about yourself, Joe. Let her know. Yes, let her know. You do a lot more with that than I do. All right. So we have all these blocks done. And then now the next thing, let's see. So we have block assembly A done, strip assembly A done. So now we need strip assembly B. So strip assembly B is, I took this instead of the blue because I did not have a wide enough strip. Couldn't even piece it if I tried. So we're gonna just use more of the butterflies, and then we're just gonna do that. So now we're gonna do strip assembly B, put that together. All right, here we go. Here we are. Ready? What age do most children begin to use pronouns like I, me, you, us, and them routinely? A, 18 months, B, 24 months, or C, 30 months? Let's see, what do we have? We have C. I love the applique stuff. I'm trying to get better at that. Where is the 30-year-old answer? 30. Still practicing applique. 18 months. Me, I want. I remember those times. Let's see. So the answer is B, 24 months. 24 months is the answer. Okay. I'm sure I'm saying this wrong. I'm going to go for it. Ready? If there is no panacea, I'm sure I'm doing some kind of Spanish thing to it, panacea. What is that there isn't? If there's no panacea, what is it that there isn't? A, a plateau, B, a triumph, or C, a cure for whatever ails you? And I'm sure I'm saying it wrong. It's Panacea. My mind is in Spanish mode now. So everything I see, I want to read in Spanish. Those wallets, scissor holders, dog pillows. This is all the stuff that Joylita makes. I'm going a patch abilities. C, B, Norma. Did I say you good morning, Norma? I don't remember. I know you've been here. Hey, Sherry, you've been lurking and cleaning, huh? I need to call hubby to see if he can come home today. Oh, yes, hopefully he's not so stubborn today, as you said. We all wishing all that. Okay, so the answer is C, a cure for whatever ails you. So that's done. Here we are. Well, we did this. Ooh, Ready? I'm gonna press my luck right now. And we're going to put in this. Ready? Here we go. Things, what did she say? I bought several in the past year and waiting to catch up and start. Things you shouldn't attempt at your age. Well, climbing up the side of a wall to go underneath a waterfall is things you shouldn't attempt at your age. Oh, okay. Everything. All right, so I'm going to press this. I love this blue with this. And you know, it's a polka dot. Who doesn't love a polka dot? And these butterflies have polka dots. So I feel like it really goes well with it. I mean, look, right? Looks really sumptuous. I love it. Love it, love it, love it. Loving, feeling the vibe of this whole quilt right now. Love my Debbie mom. I'm glad I found this Debbie mom. I don't know how I got my Debbie mom, but loving it. Don't forget, you can send those houses. I'm still collecting houses. They can be sent to my house. Houses can still be sent to my address at my house. I'm still receiving packages at my house. My honey has been putting the packages in, so feel free to send if you're still looking to make a house to add to my house quilt. Here we are. So here is our big block. That's done. We'll set that aside. We'll set it aside here. And then now we're going to come in here and we are going to cut this. I miss my stripology ruler. Oh, I miss it. Wish I had one here. So this has to get cut. I'm just going to have to use this. I don't recommend this this ruler I bought. I don't know. It doesn't work as great as I thought it was. I miss having a ruler like that. There's a lot of things I'm going to have to bring in my suitcase. That's better than what I have right now. Okay, so this is... stuffing for my bed, or not my bed, my stool thing. So I just come in here, I'm taking my big ruler, I'm kind of going across and cutting, and I need 6 of these. So we're gonna put that next to that big block. Oh, beautiful butterflies. Debbie, you outdid yourself when you did this fabric. Remember Mary Englebright? Was it Mary Englebright fabric? That was like all during that time, right? Yeah, Deb mom. All right. And I have 3 there. I'm getting there, 3, 4, and 6. Oh, these butterflies are just so beautiful. I can't get over them. I'm enjoying this. Now, I guess I am going to have a piece of scrap. There's just no way around it. There's just absolutely no way. But look at how beautiful those butterflies are. I'm glad I chose to with the butterfly fabric as well. All right, so we're going to take this here, and we need these pieces here, and then we need a 4 patch that goes in the corner. So things that you shouldn't attempt at your age. We had, Joydy said everything. I said that whole thing. Hi, Marlene. Good morning. Oh, Melanie. Good morning, Melanie. Leanna, that fabric with the butterflies is so pretty, isn't it? It's so cheerful. Dropping off the kiddos. I'm not, here we go. Beautiful fabric. Oh, Vintage Style by Joe. I think you're a member too because of, or she extended it. Annette. Annette gifted some. All right, so we're going to take this assembly and we have to cut this. I'm going to use this ruler. And I'm going to live on the wild side here. I'm going to cut multiple. Here we are. I miss my Survivor game because we went on some adventures with that. Okay, ready? Here's one here. Things that confirm your small town is backwards. Things to confirm that your small town is backwards. Well, not everybody comes from a small town, so I guess that's not for everyone. Marrying your cousin? I don't know. That seems like a weirdo question. Good morning, Katie. Let's go with another question. Okay, things that would make school more exciting. This makes sense. Things that would make school more exciting. So if you can see, we're gonna make these into 4 patches right here. And I need 24 of these. Let's see. And I'm just going to go ahead and keep, like when I get to a seam, I'm still, unless I'm really close to it, I'm just going to cut where it cuts. Things that would make school more exciting. Let me put this back. I have to put this back on track. I do want to make sure everything is lined up. There we go. Maybe I'm going a little slower by doing it this way. What would I say? What would make school more exciting? I'm a person who likes visuals. So if your teacher's not a visual teacher, that would be boring for me. So we will go with that. Let's see. I'm going to pull this up for a second so I can read. Oops, things that will make School exciting. Here we are. Ready? Gotta run to get food ready for dinner. Well, bye-bye, Babalota. Take care. Thank you for coming. The streets roll up at 8 p.m. Still has a telephone booth. No fork in the family tree. Oh, these are these are the backwards town. Gotcha. Air conditioning, no traffic. Love seeing you. Love seeing you all. Longer summers. Nice teacher. I come from a small town with one four-way stop sign and a courthouse square. There we go. Handsome mate teachers would put me in the front row seat. Oh, that's funny. Let's see. We still have hitching posts in the front of the store. All right, I'm bringing this back down. So now I'm coming back with this. I think I'm just gonna go and do this singly. Then I don't have to, I think I'll be faster actually. Would be faster as if I had my mat. You know, I do have this mat. Let me see if that. Oh, this says perfect half square triangle. I thought maybe they also, like, let's see. Oh, this broke. Okay, if I do, what would be a 2-inch piece? Let's see if I could figure out what a 2-inch piece is. So if I put this to that end there. Oops, I didn't say that out loud. You don't know what I'm talking about. You didn't hear that. Okay, so that would be 1. Ooh, I think I figured something out. Okay, let me put some dots. Let's see. I'm coming. I might be able to adjust this. So if I go here and here and here, this is not quite the, and then right there. And that's all I could get. Well, hey, that kind of goes quick. One. Oops, I never did cut these two apart. Okay, maybe this will take me longer. I do like my XL ruler. Let's see if I do this here. Let's see if I could get this going again. So I would put this there. There's a line there that I can use. This we got in our advent box last year. Why is this not going in? Uh-oh. I'm fighting with this. Let's see. That's on the line. It's a really tight line. I may just go back to this ruler. Okay, put this back. I'm always trying to use everything I have, but that's insane. All right, so that's there. So let's see, I'm sorry, I got all caught up in my sewing. Did you get Amazon? Yes, I do. Do you get Amazon deliveries? I sure do get Amazon deliveries here. That's how a lot of my stuff house is here. What is the size of your house blocks again? I think it's 5.5 by 7.5 or something like that. I have them in my old posts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I lost track. 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. So that's 30. And I need, how many do I need? It says that we need 48. So I need 18 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, I might have to cut more of this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, wait, 9, and 10. So that's 10, 20, 30, 40, and then I need 8. So I actually need to cut another piece of this because I did not have enough. My guess is my selvage wasn't where it needed to be. So that's too close. So when it gets close to that, you see that little seam there? I just cut that off and throw that out. I don't want that extra bulk in my... Okay, so I need... I need 6 more of these pieces. So I have this extra. I'm going to take that, and I have this here. These are random pieces I have. I'm trying to use everything. So at this point, and I'm going to press this, and then I'm just going to cut these up. I'll be back. We're going to come right over here. We're going to strip piece or whatever. Yeah. We have plenty of this. I think I'm going to need more pieces than this, but we will go with this for right now. Oh, good. And I'm going to press this and then strip piece. Okay, so we did what was exciting and new for that. Read some of this. I was thinking that maybe someone could send you a new cutting mat, but you will be leaving the same day I get paid, so that will not work. Lan, are you still getting packages at home? I am getting packages at home in New York, and I'm getting packages here in Puerto Rico. I bought some rulers from Home Depot a long time ago and still use them today. The ones are used cheap and don't crack if you drop them. Okay. So I'm going to cut these last couple. And then this is what it is. Things you shouldn't tie to the roof of your car. Things you shouldn't tie to the roof of your car. Things you shouldn't tie to the roof of your car. Your husband, you probably shouldn't tie him to the roof of the car. Maybe because he's a backseat driver. 3, 4, 5. I need 3 more to make all my 4 patches. Let's see. Things you shouldn't tie to the roof of your car. Mattress, your kids, even though you threatened that. Your mother-in-law. Let's see, I'm going to put that right here. Press this. That was loud traffic, sorry. It's very busy this morning. All right, so we have exactly what we need now. And now we just make 4 patches. Let's see. Mother-in-law. That is very cute. All right, let's see how I'm supposed to make them. You have to have them made a specific way. So we're gonna look at the picture and make sure I'm doing this right. So we're going to take this, and it has to be, oh, what have I decided to do? I forgot. So my purple is fabric 2 is my purple. And fabric 3 is the blue. So fabric 2 is the top and blue. All right, let's see. Let me see this. So, wait a second here. I guess it doesn't matter. You can rotate it however you want because the Unit B assembly looks that way, and then, okay, well, we're gonna go with it this way. Is that right? Oh, here we go. Okay, yep, we've got it. So fabric 2 is at the top, fabric 3 is at the bottom. Okay, we got it. Sorry, I'm catching myself. You don't need no stinking patches. No, Michelle, I don't need no stinking patches. How are you this morning, honey? I saw you called, but it's kind of hard. I can't pick up your call and also do a live. So you can't put, it says you shouldn't put a canoe on the top of your car. So the question is, things you shouldn't tie on the roof of your car. I was picturing Granny from Hillbillies. We don't need no stinking patches. Bye, Pat. Thank you for coming. Good morning. All right, so we are now getting, so I have all these patches all crazy here. So we're going to sort patches here for a little bit. And yeah, I think that came from a movie, a Cheech and Chong movie, right? We don't need no stinking patches. I believe it did. Okay, let's see. Okay, here we are. Ready? Things you shouldn't send in the mail. Things you shouldn't send in the mail. Things you shouldn't send in the mail. Old Western movie. Yes, it's an old Western movie, honey. Oh, was that it? Okay. It's not a Cheech and Chong. See, I knew. So what is the name? Here we go. Trivia. What's the name of the movie where they say you don't need no stinking patches? Hazardous liquid perishables. Oh, this is things you shouldn't send in the mail. Hazardous liquid perishables. Drugs. Yeah, no weed in the mail. Though I think they do mail that for some reason. Like from California, I think. But you shouldn't do that. I say perfume. If you know, that's a liquid. Because that would be messy. No batteries, a live animal. They do mail chicks. I've got chicks in the mail from a chick farm. Batteries. People. You probably shouldn't mail people. Compressed air cans, spray stuff, yeah. Well, you shouldn't mail chocolate in the summer months because that just gets yucky. All right, here's a question, a science question. In composite drawings, college undergraduates found A, two-faced people more attractive, B, three-faced people more attractive, or C, 32-faced people more attractive. Some medications can't be mailed. I did not know that, actually. Not getting the question. In composite drawing, college undergrads found A, two-faced people more attractive, three-faced people more attractive, or C, 32-faced people more attractive. I have no idea what they're talking about. So there you go. You're in good company. You are in good company. I have no freaking clue myself. So there you go. Gases or flammable substances you should not mail. Well, I guess I could, but they would have to be on dry ice. Yeah, some of these questions are really, I have no idea. Okay, so it says in composite drawings, college undergrads found 32-faced people more attractive. Whose motto is, if you seek a pleasant peninsula, look around you? A, Florida, B, Michigan, or C, Wisconsin? Crazy question. It was a crazy question. Alaska. Oh. Alaska wasn't on here, but that probably is a good answer. Better than I would have, honestly. Uh-oh. I gotta end the live. My mom's here. Hold on. I'm coming. 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 I'm coming. I'm coming. I have to end my live. My live.
Oh, say hello.
My mom's hello. You want to say hello in person? You can say hello in person. Here you go. Here's my mom. She's in person.
Hi. How's everyone? Okay. I like the house at the bottom.
Okay, I'm coming back. All right, Elle. My day has to begin. So I will see you all hopefully tomorrow. Hope everyone is doing well. Take care of yourself. Pass it forward. And if you like what you see, please like, subscribe, and share my channel. See you all soon. Bye, honey. I'll call you after this. Love you. Bye-bye.
That's funny.